What does a real monster sound like? It's not a violent roar. It's this. It sounds like a polite neighbor, a man who just didn't want to be alone.
I just didn't want them to leave.
Jeffrey Dahmer didn't act out of sudden rage. He was driven by a twisted, suffocating fear of abandonment. He wasn't just looking for victims, he was searching for permanent companions. Tonight, we peel back the layers of a restored archive to understand the terrifying emptiness behind those glasses. Imagine sitting across from a man who looks completely ordinary. He isn't foaming at the mouth, he isn't shaking, he is calm. This was his greatest weapon, his invisibility. To the residents of the Oxford apartments, he was just Jeff, the quiet guy who kept to himself. But behind the door of room 213, a different reality was being constructed. Forensic psychologists often point to this mask of sanity. He navigated society like a ghost, while inside, he was spiraling into a world where people were no longer human. They were objects to be kept. His apartment wasn't just a home, it had become a macabre museum, a private gallery where he held absolute power. He once stated,
"It was a complete control. I could do anything I wanted."
In his mind, he had created a house of horrors where he finally held the reins of fate. By turning his living space into a site of preservation, he felt he could finally stop the world from leaving him behind. Every object, every trophy, was a desperate attempt to fill the void of his own soul. The scariest part of this story isn't the details of the crimes, it's the terrifying emptiness in his eyes. When you watch the restored footage of his monologues, you don't see a man struggling with his conscience. You see a man who has completely detached from the human experience. He speaks of his darkest activities as if he were describing a mundane day at a factory. This cold, clinical detachment is what makes this case a permanent fixture in the study of human darkness. His story ended in a prison cell, but the questions he left behind still haunt us. He proved that the most dangerous predators don't always hide in the woods. Sometimes they live in the apartment right next to yours. Are you sure you really know who your neighbors are?